Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to Team Call for it is August 30th, 2016. It is last 2 days of the month, and we are doing a team call tonight with Kirsty Nash. She's going to talk about free groups. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you the challenge pack sales for next month because we just got our diamond newsletter thing, and it tells you, and I'm super excited to tell you that it is all of them again. So all of the big ones: 21 Day Fix, 22 Hard Corps, Pio, Size, Country Heat, I think that's it. All of them again are on sale. So push, set some goals and rock them for September, because as you go into fall, as summer is like super busy and everybody's on vacation and they just don't really want to commit to anything, fall is the time where everybody wants to start a routine but easily has excuses to not. So if you help them with holidays are coming, it's going to be crazy, we're going to do this to keep you accountable, so as they come up to all the holidays, they're not already gaining weight, they're just staying ahead of it and they're staying fit, and these routines are set. And September is a great month to start that, because I'm on the East Coast and they're just starting to go back to school. So this is a good time, for the weather is getting nicer, routines are being put back in place, and it's perfect time to be let's get you in a great health routine. So use the challenge packs to rock that. And the health bet, if you haven't started talking about it, don't worry about it, because I just did, and people are really attracted to this health bet thing. I think it's one of the best things Beachbody's ever done, because it's just drawing people. Even if you invite a bunch of people tomorrow and they can't get their order in to be on time for September 5th, maybe they'll get it by September 7th and they can still start. They don't have to be doing Beachbody workouts, so they can do stuff at home and just post that selfie. And then once they get their Shakeology, they can start downing it the last 5 days of that first week. And super pregnancy brain, what was I going to say? Yeah, health bet is bringing people. Oh, and if you just invite all these people and they're interested but they're just not ready, follow up with them with your challenge group at the end of September or whatever. So it's a great month. I'm feeling really great about our team and what we're going to do this fall and through the winter. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and she's just going to talk to us about free groups. I have been watching Kirsty for forever, because she is just a coach who loves to share just happiness and family and add value. And so it's never salesy. It's never oh, you have to come do this. It's this is just what we do in our family. We're healthy, we're fit. She has this picture of her son on her back and she's doing chin-ups, and it's awesome. And people love that. And she always has new fun free groups. So it's not just a clean eating group. It's clean eating for family, or clean eating for kids, or and all the other fun ones she does. And so I wanted her to talk to us, because I think that we focus so much on our challenge groups, sometimes we forget how important our free groups are. And so adding value to people in lots of different ways is a great way to build relationships. So, and I didn't get your stats before, but I know you're over a Star Diamond, right? No Star Diamond? You are too. No? She is. I'm going to tell.
I'm just a diamond.
Oh, well, I would have thought you were a 5-star diamond.
I am a lover of the hobby coach.
Yes. But you're the most consistent hobby coach that I think we have on our team, because sometimes people think hobby coach and they think, oh, I'll just dabble every few days, or, every once in a while, but you use it as your hobby and you use it and you're consistent with it. And, maybe that's what I was thinking, is that you are awesome at Success Club because you always go on the trips.
Yeah, I'm good at Success. I am a hobby coach that makes Success Club pretty much every month.
Yep.
Which
And you got to go on the cruise.
I did. It was fun.
I'm on the waiting list for the next one, and I really hope that I get it. So
it's really fun.
Okay, so I'll mute myself, and you just go ahead and tell us lots about free groups.
Okay. Okay, so one of the things for free groups that I like to do is I like to do it either the 3rd week of the month or the 4th week of the month. And you get all these people in your free groups, and then you can invite them to a real group after that. But if you don't start your real group till like the 2nd, I usually try to start it the 2nd week of the month, maybe even the 1st, depending on the month. But that way you get all of your points right at the beginning, and you're not stressed at the end at all because you're already good to go. And so you can just focus on your free groups at the end. So that's just one thing I learned. I started doing, I used to do it opposite, and then it was the end of the month every month when I was stressed. So I kind of flipped that around, and that's been really nice. So as far as the free groups, I try and think about everything I like. So most of the free groups going around are like clean eating groups, right? But the people that want to join a clean eating group are people that are already interested in fitness, already interested in health. And also, and I wanted to try and get the people that weren't really interested in health and fitness. So you can reach more people, because a lot of the people, I have kids, and they apparently won't leave me alone for 2 minutes.
I just want to
Okay. Nope.
Where's your iPad?
I don't know. Go away. Go find the iPad. Okay. Okay. So I try and get this other people. So, because I feel like the people that are interested in health and fitness aren't just following me. They're following Samantha. They're following Emily. They're following a bunch of other people, and there's just more competition. So there's people, though, that are interested in clean eating and interested in fitness that just don't know it yet. So, okay, good. So I try and get those people. So how I do that is I try and think of things that I'm interested in. Like, I love redoing furniture. So you could do a group that's just redoing furniture. You could do like every day show some new technique, or you could show some new paint that you love, a new paintbrush, anything. Like, it can be super, super simple stuff, and have the people in the group share things that they've painted. And then when you're doing that, you can post in there, hey, this is a great healthy snack to eat while you're outside painting. This is a great way to stay dehydrated. Hey, do you know that you have to drink half your body weight of ounces in water? And you just put in things that are about health and fitness, but the whole group isn't health and fitness. So a couple of the other ones. So if you are doing clean eating, for those clean eating people that love it, keep a couple things in mind. When I first joined my first group, there was a thing that people kept talking about, the coaches kept talking about, called quinoa. I had no idea what they were talking about. I was like, what the crap is that? Finally figured out it's quinoa. Yep. I had no idea how to cook it. I had no idea why it was good for you. So the stuff that us coaches are used to as like basics, like quinoa and how much water you need to drink, and Brussels sprouts, stuff that seems pretty basic if you've been clean eating for a while, or how to look at a package and pay attention to not the calories, but what's in the ingredients. That was a big one for me, because I always grew up looking at the calories. And then I remember one of my friends saying something like, oh, but that has a lot of sodium. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be looking at the sodium? Okay, I'll look at that too. Well, I was getting down to where I wasn't eating anything because I had no idea what to eat. I was looking, I knew fat was bad. I knew calories were bad. I knew sodium was bad. Well, that's everything. If you're like, don't know which one to pick. So keep in mind that the basics for us are not basics. So when we do clean eating groups, a lot of the ingredients in the meals that we normally make are a little overwhelming. Like even Greek yogurt. I feel like the mass majority don't eat Greek yogurt. They think like, the fruit on the bottom of the cup yogurt is good because it's yogurt. So just remember to kind of start at the basics for clean eating groups, and then maybe have like a more advanced clean eating group for people that are already kind of eating clean. I did a clean eating for kids, and that one was really fun. I went online and I found word searches and word puzzles and stuff for the moms to print out for the kids to teach them the basics. And they were like puzzles where the kids had to circle what was a protein or what was a carb, and like a healthy carb. And it was just a fun way to get the kids involved. And then I did a bunch of recipes that kids would like there was a healthy mac and cheese in the Fix 8 cookbook, meatballs, sandwiches, just stuff like that. There was a lot of stuff in the Fix 8 cookbook that my kids love. And then there was skinnytaste.com. I find a lot of recipes on there that I love. And I just went through and put down recipes that normal kids like. My kids are weird. They love ethnic food, like Indian, Japanese. That's probably not normal for kids, so I didn't add those in there. Another group, instead of just doing plain clean eating, is there was a crock pot group, and that one was really good. Like people really enjoyed that because it was like Sunday, you made all the meals and you just kept them in bags in the freezer, and you just pulled one out and threw it in the crock pot in the morning. So people really liked that one. And I have both of those all totally ready, and I can post those on there. I think they might already be in the files, but if they're not, I can add them. So there's all the clean eating groups, but just think slightly outside of the box, like maybe how to break it down to like little pieces of clean eating. But I would also do some, like maybe every other month, that's totally not clean eating. Some of the other ones I was thinking of is like if there's a TV show you love, or even just like a Netflix lover, and everybody posts every night like what show they're watching on Netflix and why they like it or if they like it. And then you can have healthy snacks. You can have drinks you do. You could have short workouts that you could do in between like episodes or something. Like you could do a quick ab workout or a quick leg workout. So whatever you pick, you just like break it down into things that would go with it. Let me see if I can figure out how to screen share here. Let's see. Okay. Maybe not. Can you see that?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So here's just some ideas that I did, and then you'll see like just kind of how I broke them down. So I thought of maybe a gluten-free group. There's so many people that are gluten-free. So if you could even go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or whatever, and you find like really cool ingredients or really cool products that are gluten-free, and post daily recipes with like, hey, there's this really cool, I love the Hail Mary treats. They're so good, and they're like gluten-free and dairy-free, but the lime one is my favorite, and you can eat it pretty much and it doesn't count as anything. So I count it as a yellow, but anyway, so you just kind of break it down on things that would be interesting to you or things you could do for a gluten-free box. Another, like for gluten-free too, I have a lot of challengers that think because it says gluten-free, it's healthy. So if you go over, that's a good way to like get in there the ingredients, like to look at the ingredients. And if you don't recognize it, don't eat it. If it looks like it's that whole, like if it looks like it was made in a lab, don't eat it. Okay. So another one was stress eating. That will get a huge market. Like that's most of us. When we're stressed, we eat. I'm not a sad eater. I'm a mad eater. Like if I'm mad at my husband,
Yes.
and it's the dumbest thing. I'm like, I'm so mad at him because he was such a jerk. I'm going to eat this huge pot of ice cream because he doesn't deserve to have me looking nice, which is the dumbest thing, because then I'm working it off the next day because I care. I don't care that he doesn't, like, I care.
Yeah.
So there was like stress eating. You could have articles about stress eating, tips for how not to stress eat, a list of things that I personally do not to stress eat. I brush my teeth. I'd take a bath because you don't want to eat after you brush your teeth. Mm-hmm. Take a bath, go for a walk, read a book. Watching a show does not work for me because that is the perfect time to snack.
Yep.
But reading a book to me is better because you kind of have to you kind of use both hands more than just sitting there. I did a dessert group one time, and that was a lot of fun too. So that one was like clean eating desserts. So I posted every night a fun, healthy dessert that they can like put into their routine to help them out with their sweet tooth. And I have that in my favorites group. So I did a group where it was all my favorite stuff. I had them join on demand, and then every day I posted an on-demand workout for them to do, and I posted my favorite Shakeology recipe, my favorite, and so they didn't have to buy Shakeology, it was just the free group, but I put in there every day my favorite Shakeology recipe, and then I made sure to talk about how much I loved it. I posted my favorite dinner recipe and then my favorite dessert recipe every day, so that the next day they could make those if they wanted to. But dessert, I found like is one of the hardest things that people are starting to eat clean. They need their desserts still, but they don't know like what to do to like crave that sweet tooth, or even like if you're having a stressful day and you just want something sweet, but there's like healthy options you can go with. Like I love my mango ice cream. If you haven't tried that, it's awesome. You just get frozen mangoes and squeeze a fresh lime in there and blend it up in your blender. That's it.
Oh, wow.
It turns into ice cream, but like a tart mango, and that's it. It's just fruit. So it counts as a purple. And
That's
it's
awesome.
so good. You can add some almond milk, but you don't need it. So then there was like the specific TV show. A Trader Joe's or Costco lovers. I'm slightly obsessed with both of those stores. So I made lists of everything I love at that store. And then I wanted other people in the group to post what they liked. So it was like, I felt like it was a mom's group, but for Costco lovers or Trader Joe's lovers. And then you just always put in stuff about your groups. Like, I always get the big bucket of spinach to put in my shakes, and it saves me however much money a week because I buy it in bulk. Or, the almond milk there is a great base for my shake. Or, I love their quinoa to make this quinoa fried rice. And I just shared it with my challenge group today or whatever. So you just want to put in there that you're a coach and that you do more than the free groups, but don't overwhelm them. A pregnancy or nursing moms one, which is not me anymore, but it's in there. Cleaning for kids, I told you about. Crock-pot meals, I already have that one. Another one that I thought would be fun that I haven't done yet is a Love and Logic Parenting. I don't know if you've read that book but I love it for
I have it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I thought that would be fun, like to share like blurbs about it, but then do food, and you could throw in some clean eating for kids. So there was just music group. You could share your like workout playlists. So I can post this on there too.
Yeah.
But basically for the free groups, I just want everybody to try and think of the things that interest them. So like I'm obsessed with Costco. I'm obsessed with painting stuff. But what are you obsessed with? You could do, I'm not great at makeup, but if you were good at, clearly I don't even care to put on makeup for this. But if you liked makeup, you could show how to do makeup every day. Like you could show some cool technique with your eyes. And then just when you're doing that stuff, just break it down and try and figure out how you could relate it back to fitness a little bit. Like you could relate how much water to drink for how healthy your skin is, or, how it kind of all relates back to health. So if you have anything that interests you, but you don't know how to break it down and you don't know how to make it into a group, I actually really love doing that. So if you do, just send it my way and we can like go back and forth and try and come up with ideas on how to actually make a full group. But I will post all of the groups that I've already made. You're welcome to use any of it that you want. Just the posts, just of course make them sound like you instead of me. But you can use whatever you want. And if you ever have any questions about how to make stuff, just let me know. Another thing that I love from my free groups is I try and get them to bring in an accountability partner, depending on if it's more of an accountability one. Like my favorites group where I actually had them doing workouts every day, I wanted them to bring an accountability workout with them. One, that means you get 2 people that like are joining your group instead of 1. And one of them you might have never reached except for you're the friend that you already had. And then they're in charge of keeping each other accountable for the workout or whatever. So that's one thing. And then I think that it's fun to do like a prize related to whatever group it is. So like if it was the painting group, you could send them a really cool paintbrush or I don't know, whatever. Or even if it's just, and then just announce it and make sure that you're highlighting people. So you could say, so-and-so kicked their butt today, and I totally saw that they did that Brazil butt lift I recommended, the high and tight, because I saw them walking at Costco and, they weren't walking normal. That means they were doing great or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
can I ask you questions?
Yeah.
So what I have found that I'm getting better at just not caring is that when I do free groups, I don't always get very much engagement. But then when I follow up with people, they're like, oh, it was great, or like whatever. But like, you're like, oh, well, you didn't say anything the whole time.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just starting to get over that and think like, well, I'm running groups that I'm interested in, so I must be semi-knowledgeable about. Like I did a budget group, which I'm like super into, and it's not that I'm amazing at them, but not a lot of people said anything, but then later were like, please leave it open, I want to refer back to it. So I'm still adding value, but I just got over the fact that like I needed people to comment.
Yeah.
They don't.
Okay. So, I have gotten over that too, because especially in a clean, like a free group, there's more people in general. Like if you have a regular group, you might have 10 people, right? And still only 5 of them will post. It's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
People fall off the map. But the free groups are even worse because they're free. And I find that the paid groups, people put their money down, so they're more willing to focus and get in there. But for the free groups, just because they're not posting, it doesn't mean they aren't there. It's just like our posts every day on Facebook. You might get 0 comments, and then I'll go to one of my husband's work parties and they're like, oh, I saw that post about blah, 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 and I tried your recipe. And I'm like, really? Because you've never commented one time ever on any of my posts. I didn't even know we were friends.
Yeah, didn't even know you cared.
Didn't even know. So I just kind of moved past it, and I feel like either way, even if they're not engaged in the group at all, I have my outline all ready to go for the next time anyway. And I feel like even if I had 100 people and only 1 person commented, that's still 1 person.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it does get a little discouraging if you let it, but I just don't worry about it. I make sure I comment back to people that do comment daily, but I don't stress about the people that don't.
It's good. It's kind of like transitioning, I think, when you first become a coach, we want to please everyone and we want to help everyone because we've been helped. And then it's remembering that we are helping people, but you just don't always see it. Yeah. Is what recently I've been like, because I'm trying to run a clean eating group like every 3 months, kind of. And so I'm in a clean eating group right now, and this woman was messaging me like, oh, I'm just going to eat everything you eat. You're doing a great job. And I'm like, oh, you haven't even said anything. But yeah. And then do you invite in private messages to like your more specific ones? Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm running a budget group. This is weird. Do you want to join? Like, I'm not saying you're bad with money. Or do you just more do on your public Facebook for your free groups?
I usually do just on like my public page, but then if somebody has shown interest before, then I'll say, hey, just so you know, like, especially the people that say they can't join a group because they don't have money, I'll be like, hey, I'm just doing this free group. But if you haven't used the app, Have you used the app yet?
The health bet will be my first time.
Hey, so it's actually really cool because you have to get everybody's address, like email address, to invite them.
Uh-huh.
So it's great because on Facebook, you're going to get all of the addresses, and then you can just send a bulk email every month, like just once a month so they don't get annoyed or whatever. But just send a bulk email and say, hey, just for anybody that's interested, I'm doing this free group. And then you can send one that's like with a recipe. So I try and do one every month that's like one with a recipe or 2 or 3. And then say, I'm also starting a challenge group if anyone wants to join. And then you already have all their emails in there, which is nice.
I know. I really need to get on that. Just like it's been on my to-do list since Emily told us to do it. Like
I just started. This is my first one that I've been like solid doing on it.
Okay.
And the other one, I just did one with my coaches to practice.
Mm-hmm.
But we only did it for like a couple days because it was practice and,
Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's just like Facebook, but like as an app. So my Facebook doesn't get clouded and I don't miss anybody posting. And it's been really nice.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. We got to move with the times. Yeah.
Well, and it's nice because then you can post it on Instagram. And for the people that are on Instagram, I don't do Snapchat, but if on Snapchat, if they're not on Facebook, they can still join your free group.
It's true.
So
I love it. Well, I need to like get a notebook because I have like sticky notes and they're everywhere. But I have like 5 sticky notes from what you said. I have like, you got my wheels turning, like maybe a fall craft group or something. I'm all excited now.
Yeah, like a Super Saturday. Like, my church does like a Super Saturday project.
Yeah.
So you can totally do that. Yeah.
It would be fun. And just, people love, or just like sharing what you want to do from Pinterest. People, you get sucked into Pinterest for days.
Seriously. I know. And another, like the say drinks. Like I don't drink alcohol, but there's all those drinks that you can post, especially for craft groups that would be great. Or there's always the juices and non-alcoholic too. But I feel like, I don't know how healthy wine would be, but like, the healthy drinks and a craft or the,
Yeah. I love that. And I like what you said about running your free group at the end of the month and then starting the beginning. I just started doing that ever since Brigitte did the call about the sneak peek.
Mm-hmm.
It's a challenge because you have to you kind of have to step up so that you make yourself make Success Club faster. But for me, it's been a huge relief off my stress. Like, it usually like months and months ago, it's the 30th and the 31st, I would be scrambling and like messaging people and like, oh my gosh, but like I'm good. And I'm running my free group right now as the last group of the month or last week of the month. And then I would have started my sneak peek, but it's Labor Day, so I'll just push it a week, but I have time. So it's good. So I like that you added that. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything.
Absolutely.
I'll post this and then you can share it with your team too.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you for jumping on. Tell your son, sorry you're late to get him.
No, he's good.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you.